Hello and welcome to 5 and 5, where we ask industry leaders questions pertaining to one of 5 topics chosen completely at random. I'm ecstatic to announce that we've got Navninder Singh joining us today. He is the regional head of AkzoNobel, looking after all things digital and e-commerce for Southeast and South Asia. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Will you join me in spinning the spinning wheel of categories to find out which topic we're going to discuss?
Sure.
All right. Okay, I'm just going to press the button here.
Okay, memories.
Memories. What is okay, actually, let's go into campaigns. What's the most memorable campaign you've seen and why?
Wow, I think a lot of them, but I think something that comes to my mind quite often is the MasterCard campaign on Priceless. So I think, I think it's a global campaign, but I think it's one of the campaigns that's been done beautifully in its time, so many years ago. And I think it connects very well. It has a very functional as well as a very emotional connect. So it tells you how they play a part, and then still it's because of how it's being with the family and friends and all that is so important. So yeah, I think that's one that's always
and it's really stood the test of time, hasn't it? It's been, I mean, I remember it from when I was a kid, and it's just, it's still very relevant.
Yeah. And you still think in times like these, for the last year and plus now, I think that still stands, that now you realize, okay, what was important, your health, your family, and everything around that. So
things are priceless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good response. Well, what is a campaign that you've worked on that stands out the most?
Oh, that's a difficult one. Yeah, I think, well, from my current experience, I think we did something a couple of years ago regarding one of our premium brands in ambience. And I think the entire piece around that, bringing alive the creativity of the artisans, which is from the wood turners to the ironsmiths to the leather craftsmen, everything around that. I think that still stands very high in quality and creativity. So yeah.
For the people that don't know, so ambience is a range that Dulux do that is emulates premium materials like marble and leather and even like gold, really beautiful effects. And it's incredible how a paint can really look and feel like marble or velvet. And so I'm not sure if I know the campaign that you're discussing, but I can imagine using the artists to show how that's done would have been very cool.
Yeah, so that's one. Yeah, I think as you said, it's how they work, in marble or in wood can be brought alive on your walls in your home, and it gives to that perfect or a luxurious finish. So yeah, all about that. So I think that was very well done.
Cool. Navninder, what is a childhood memory that really sticks out for you?
Okay, that's interesting one. I think I have traveled a lot as a child, with my father coming from the army background. So traveling every few years to a new place is definitely one of the the highlights of childhood. But I think apart from that, I think getting an ice cream, a good ice cream treat on scoring good marks in exams used to be the most yeah, I think the how do you call it? It's what you remember and you cherish the most, because it's connected to something which is you achieved, but also like on your
You have a reward, a prize.
yeah. So it's
And sensory. I mean, whenever I ask this question, actually, like many times, it's associated with food. Like people often talk about, oh, my grandma's sweets, or this time, like in my childhood home, we used to have a mango tree, or there's always something that's like
yeah.
food related, which is really nice.
Yeah, so I think that would stand out, because it used to be few times in a year, but yeah, you really look forward to it, and yeah, and that's the day you're spoiled, so you can eat as much as you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a bucket list memory you wish to create? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I in fact I was speaking to somebody on this one few weeks ago, and I think one of the things I would love to do is that once my kids are of certain age, maybe like both of them are like pre-teens or something, that's when I want to go on a long road trip with them. So I don't know where and which part of the world, but I would definitely like to, and maybe if possible, drive from a couple of countries. So maybe somewhere in Europe, or maybe through Asia. I don't know where, but yeah, that's something I would love to do in few years. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. All right, last question. What are the top 3 things you would tell your younger self? So your 20-year-old self, if you had advice to impart, what would it be? Top 3 things.
Oh, okay. Be more daring. I think that I would say. So yeah, so be more daring. Travel more. I think I traveled a lot in India, but I traveled during that age less out of India. So yeah, so maybe travel more out of India. Um, the third one would be uh, a difficult one. I think these two is in my mind, but
Is there any like a perhaps like a work related one, or I don't know. Well,
yeah, I
be more daring, travel more. Is there anything that you wish that your 20-year-old self would know now that you know now?
oh yeah, a lot. I think that's a huge bucket list then. But yeah, I think what would stand out in the third one would be that yeah, I think um, try out more things, whether it's food, whether it's making friends, or even uh, yeah, maybe a bit more daring if yeah, I related a job. So I think I did quite that a bit, but yeah, could have been even a bit more.
Well, fantastic advice, and one that I think would is applicable at any age group. I think we should all take them on board. So thank you very much.
Me, thank you.
This has been 5 and 5.